Good morning. Dude, my hair is crazy. It's huge. It's gonna be huge. Good morning. It is 9:29 a.m. on Saturday, June 27th. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, continuing Ghostpia. I don't think there's any update really. I did post on my art account with a new speed carving video for the wrong arm for the macaw leaning Lionel print. That video is up now. I also had an update about admin stuff, you could say, because basically last night I was reading and I got an email, because I get an email anytime I get an order at like 10:30. I was like, oh yay, I'll check it in the morning. And then I woke up and I had another order at 2 a.m. and I was like, oh, that's odd. And I go and review them and they're both like fake orders, like somebody had stolen cards and was running it. So I refunded them, and I was sad because I was like, dang. And then also I was like, that sucks for that person, they got their card stolen. Because for one of their transactions, they tried like 8 different cards and the 8th one went through. So they probably just had like a bunch of cards ready to go. So now I have something in place to avoid that happening. But because anytime there's like a refund or a chargeback, the business has to pay a fee, which is either a percentage or a flat rate per transaction. So if I sold a painting for $500 and it was actually a chargeback, I think the service fee is like, it's like something cents and then 2%. So like I would have to pay because 10% would be 50. Divide that by 10.5. It'd be a $10 fee. So yeah, that's what I was doing this morning, getting that all situated and figured out so that doesn't happen again. Smile. But there's more info on my art Twitter. I think that's it. Let's play the video game, everybody. Ghostpia. Man, I love doing VA. Welcome back, everybody, to Ghostpia Season 1. Today we're continuing our playthrough of Episode 3, The Day We Found a Workplace to Work At. I'm excited to see where this game will go. It kind of seems all over the place a little bit, but I'm excited. We finish off We finish off Chapter 2 with us escaping the city. Wait, our car blew up. I wonder where we're gonna respawn in, but I guess we'll find out now. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. You can also watch these videos early on Twitch. Twitch.tv/psin_17. Go follow right now. Okay, I kind of want to... I don't like the screen shake. Can I not turn that off? I hate that. It makes me want to throw up. Okay, episode 3 on the Switch 2 up. Oh, that's Pacifica bottom right. Konnichiwa, amigos! Okay. I'm pretty sure those are the first words she shouts upon running into my room. By she, I mean Yoru, and by I mean me. For a long, long time, so long that nobody even knows how long, this town has had exactly 1,024 ghosts. But now that we have a newcomer, Yoru, who's wandering around my room and looking at things curiously. That's a pretty neat artwork! She keeps saying things like that. She seems interested in just about everything. Was that thing always here? I keep on reading that it has. And is it even an artwork in the first place? Well, whatever. My ghost memory's never been reliable anyway. If I'm a ghost now, does that mean I was once alive? Ghosts were alive at one point, right? I mean, that's what being dead implies, doesn't it? Or are we born as ghosts, stuck here forever? But for what purpose? Oh, cute. I wake up to the sound of chaotic snoring that sounds like a tank engine after someone tossed a sugar cube into the gas tank. Oddly specific. Actually, I don't think I've slept enough to say that I woke up. You can't wake up if you're never asleep. In the same way, you can't become a ghost if you don't die. It's been like this the whole time, even though it's almost morning. As a result, I'm tired all the time lately. Just a little bit earlier, I could sleep as much as I wanted whenever I got sleepy, so this change is taking a toll. Yodo isn't a bad person, or a ghost, in my opinion. She probably treats me with warm love, or something like that. But it's a little suffocating for me. It's a little lonely to be completely isolated. Sometimes I want to see friends. But I feel more relaxed when I'm frozen in the cold, dark void. That's just my nature. This current situation is clearly... This current situation is clearly uncomfortable for me, but I don't think I can get Yodo to understand my plight. It's way too warm in my bed right now. There's a girl sleeping next to me, taking in such deep breaths. My chest is in pain. But why? Let's try going to sleep again. I close my eyes. I think back to when we fled town. About that 32nd birthday party and the present. The problem is what happened afterward. When we woke up at the garbage dump, this is what Yodo said. So, where do I stay? My place is no good. It's dirty, small, and cold. You should stay in a more homey home like Passy's. Huh? That won't work. My home doubles as my workplace. You got empty rooms though, don't you? Just because they're empty doesn't mean I don't need them. You piece of shit! Oh, damn it! Stop. Pacifica stomps on Anya's face. Yodo looks on curiously for a while before she turns around to look at me. Looks like I'm in a pickle. Pickle? God damn it, I can't talk. Looks like I'm in a pickle, huh? She says just that. Her eyes pierce right through me. That's when I say something all too naturally, almost by reflex, and as if I had prepared a script beforehand. Why don't you stay at my place? Temporarily, I mean. Why did I say something like that? Even Anya and Pacifica both seemed surprised by my proactive suggestion. I didn't even know what I meant when I said temporarily, I mean. Anya, Pacifica, and I are probably all thinking the same thing. What does temporarily even mean? I can't look it up in the dictionary because there isn't one in this room. Besides, I've finally gotten sleepy. Funny thing is, I have one right here. Yeah, let's find temporary. Dude, this bit will never get old to me. Smart. Sport utility vehicle. Stray. Taxing. Tenderize. Ooh, I'm on tempura. Temporary. One serving for a limited time. Lasting for a time only. Limited time offer. Yodo in your hoe. Or Yudo. Oopsie. Temporarily means for a limited time. Oh my god! Literally what the dictionary said. So, in other words, once that time comes to pass, everything goes back to how it was. But how do I get that time to pass? I don't know. I'll discuss this with the others. I mutter that before I finally manage to start falling asleep. Not a very deep sleep, but it's still something you could call sleep. Sorry! But right before I fall asleep, I feel like I see and hear something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but this is what dreams are like, right? I wonder if we'll kill somebody this chapter. Wait, the OP is like spoiling everything. I kind of figured. That's too bad. In a corner of the plaza at the center of town, Anya kicks some snow on the other side of the street, sending slivers of ice scattering as she says that. I call the girls who are seeking advice. It's just Anya now, but Pacifica should be here eventually too. Yeah, so what do you think I should do? I blankly watch as Anya plays with the snow as I ask for her opinion. She looks up and answers. I figured that'd be the case, but personally, I don't know. What do you think, Teach? Hey, hold it right there. Whoa, you spooked me. I was trying to be sneaky, and why are you calling me Teach now? Nothing wrong with calling the Teach, right, Sayoko? Huh? Teach? So, what do you need to discuss? Is that it? No, wait, let's take this somewhere warmer. Good idea. How about over there? Sure. Saves us the trouble of walking since it's close. After a short delay, I follow their gazes to find some sort of establishment. Cafe, I guess? A cafe. When I mull over the word in my head, I suddenly feel my stomach sink. On the other side of the lit window, countless shadows of ghosts. Is that redundant? Make a commotion, signaling to me just how busy it is inside the cafe we're about to visit. A death sentence. Don't worry, it's mostly just people like us inside. People who aren't all too interested in their surroundings. It's also cheap, and they don't complain if you stay too long. You get what you pay for with the coffee, though. A cheap flavor you can't get at home. Pacifica urges me on, saying, let's go. Well, sure. It'd be rude to call someone for help, only to make them stand and talk in the cold. We can't talk in my room since Yoro's probably still in there, and it'd be shameless to ask to talk in Pacifica's house. Plus, I do think it's an experience I should give a chance to, so I can't find a valid reason to refuse. The sound of chatter in the cafe's background music gets closer and closer, though in reality I'm the one getting closer to the sounds. Calm down. It's just a cafe. You've been in restaurants and shops and stuff before, right? Same thing. Pacifica and Anya rush into the noisy establishment. Ow. Oh my, that place is poppin'! My goodness. The moment I pass the threshold, the chattering stops and the ghosts all fall silent. Let's leave. I took on Pacifica's coat and managed to let out that whimper. I can't do it after all. Pacifica and Anya may be fine citizens, but I'm a burglar who raided the church. If they're seen here with me, it could cause them trouble. Oh, why? Sorry. Could you move that chair there for me? Oh, thanks. Oh, yes, that's good. Thank you. Pacifica pushes her way through the crowd of ghosts. Anya follows behind. I follow too, reluctantly. We head all the way to the only empty table, a round table deep in the back, by the bathroom. We sit down. 3 normal coffees, please! Patel. Coming right up. At the sound of Pacifica's voice, the chatter resumes. The difference is shocking, but it also relaxes me a little. I'm sure everyone's lost interest in us. I suppose we're not that interesting after all. I still can't let my guard down, though. Sorry for the wait. Here it comes. Oh well, if it isn't Anya from the repair workshop. It's been 9,999 years, hasn't it, my lad? I'll murder you. Gulp. A long time no see, Mr. Patel. How's business? I've been working from home a lot lately, so I haven't been able to patronize your establishment much. It's fine. It's what I'd like to say, but profit margins are thin with just coffee. Can I interest you in some sweets? That sounds good. Get something we can all share. I appreciate it. And last but not least, it's been a while since I've last seen you too, miss. I guess these two must be regulars here. But was I a regular too at one point? Hello. For now I bow my head. I guess that was satisfactory for him since he turns around and skillfully weaves his way through the crowd of ghosts. Okay, I suppose we've settled in. So what do you want to talk about? Oh, I should get you up to speed. No, it's fine. I want to hear from Sayoko directly. Okay, the music is, like, loud. We'll turn it down one more notch. Pacifica gracefully sips her coffee in a dignified manner. She then signals with her eyes for me to talk. She does kind of act like a teacher. And the smell of cheap coffee does make you think of a teacher's lounge. It really makes me think about where I came from. I'm sure if I were alone I'd be thinking about it all the way until morning. But right now, there's more pressing matters. You just don't vibe with her? Sayoko, eventually you'll stop coming home and your family will collapse. Your children will stray off the righteous path. First they'll get addicted to drugs, and next thing you know they're robbing trains. This isn't a joke, okay? They're taking this seriously, I think. They're just joking around to relieve some of the tension. Ah, so you two are living together, huh? That'd kill me. I agree. I'd say you seem more relaxed when you're by yourself. Are all ninjas low moves, or is it just you? How could she know, stupid? Ninjas even know their personality Ninjas even keep their personality secret. That's what makes them cool, you know? You make a fine point, Anya. From the repair workshop, my lad. Oh, sorry. Right. Why don't we take turns housing Yodo in our homes? I see. That might... No, that won't work. If it were me, it'd make me feel like I was being rented out on an installment plan. An installment plan? You got a point. It would be like telling someone they're a liability. Anya nods in agreement. I suppose she's got a point. I feel a little ashamed of myself. It's like in the back of my head I'm hoping someone will take Yodo off my hands. I'd hate if I were the one being treated like someone else. I'd hate if I were the one being treated like someone else's oversized trash. Okay, let's break down the problem. Little Anya, take some notes. Aye, ma'am. Pacifica takes a memo pad out of her pocket. You have a pen? Yep. Anya pulls out a pen, seemingly out of thin air. But stop calling me Little Anya. So first things first, living together isn't working out for Sayoko. Okay, Sayoko loves living alone. And Yodo doesn't have a place to call her own. Let's see, Yodo has no home. These two issues are intertwined, but they're actually separate matters, aren't they? But if you solve one of them, the other will naturally disappear. Oh? I can't help but let out a voice of the brilliance of her logic. I'm pretty sure I'm no good at this sort of logical thinking at all. It'd be nice if we could find an immediate solution, but that sounds hard. Let's approach the problem by tackling both issues at the same time. We've got no choice but to find a home for Yodo. I'll look around and see if there's any good places. Thank you. I'm always relying on your help. It's okay. Now about the other issue. You mean Sayoko loves living alone? It's hard to deal with problems concerning someone's personal values, isn't it? That's not necessarily true. Say, Mr. Patel, what do you like when you're done with work? Well, when I'm done with work, I can stop making this dreamy customer service smile without an issue, you see? Once I get home, I sleep. Nothing else. I don't even say a word. Oh. Hi. Yeah, some jerks tell me to get a hobby, but when you're up for long hours thinking about things, you start to feel really crummy. I crawl inside my inner self. I converse with my inner self. Thanks for your thoughts. That's quite enough, actually. No, please let me continue. When I close my eyes, there's a big, pitch-black wall. I hear a voice calling for me, searching for me, but criticizing me. So I don't answer. No, I can't answer. As I said earlier, I don't even say a word. Hey, where's he going with this? I bear with it. I bear with it as I pray that I don't go mad. I keep praying until the sweet repose of sleep finally claims me. Beats me. Before work today, I sat in my car and cried at the wheel for just 3 minutes. You girls should give it a try. Oh, and I'd really appreciate it if you realize that if I'm late opening up or on any given day, that's what I'm doing. I see. I'll give it a try. Please do. Anyway, here's an assortment of cookies for you. Enjoy yourselves. A little while after Mr. Patel leaves, it takes us a few moments of silence until we can ignore what just happened and move on. He needs medical help, preferably from someone patient and courteous. That enjoy yourselves almost sounded like a challenge. What were we talking about again? Work. We were talking about crying on the toilet to feel better, weren't we? No, look. Syoko. You might be a bit of a special case, but typically most jobs aren't that bad. In fact, there's nothing better than to find a job that's perfect for you. I lecture. Oh, you think so? When you come home after work a little tired, it changes your mood. And by earning money, you're likely to open up to more opportunities. But can I just casually start working after all that chaos I caused? Nobody will try to kill me or anything? You just gotta kill them first. Okay. Good point. Astonishingly, I'm thinking pretty positively. Mr. Patel's despair, if that's the right word for it, has somehow given me a certain sense of courage. Not the same sort of courage I got when Pacific and Anya are with me, but it's still courage nonetheless. Yeah, I think I'll give it a shot. Does this town have a job search office or anything like that? Not that I know of, at least. But I guess that's more Mrs. Pacifica's specialty here. Oh. What kind of work does Pacifica do anyway? It's kinda obvious what Anya does, but Pacifica's job is an enigma. It must be something important if she lives in such a big house. Pacifica seems like she could do anything, but what does she actually do? True. That sort of work is indeed one of my specialties, so that should help. Okay, let's give it our best, Sayoko. Okay. I should ask her now. It's better than finding out later that I don't even know something as basic as that. Let me help too! Oh, whoa, you spooked me. Hey, where'd you come from? I was hiding in the filthy sludge in your coffee cup! Oh, she's good! Are you people okay? Perfectly okay! All I'm saying is that while I'm rooming with Sayoko, I'm just a freeloader with nothing to do! How much did Yodo hear? She probably just got here. Sayoko? I get what Anya's trying to say. The reason for me getting a job would be to regain some personal space from Yodo. I said Yodo, oopsie. So, it would defeat the point if she worked with me, wouldn't it? That's the point Anya's trying to make. Yeah, you could do something too. I hope we can both find a good place to work. Well, I only say that for my own sake. Yodo expressing a desire to work could imply a desire for independence. I can't just get in the way of that. In fact, I think I should be supportive of her. You sure? I'm sure. Whatever could you mean? I'm not that cruel. Okay, yeah. I think I was kind of cruel back in the church earlier, but you know what I mean. I get the feeling Yodo would be quite good at handling interviews. Way better than me, anyway. I feel some sort of coarseness in my chest. Very well. A job for one job and a job for two aren't that much different. I'll set you up before the day is done. So, it'll be like a piece of coffee cake for you then. I suppose. Hey, is she like this at home too? Yeah. I feel for you. Yodo says something completely unrelated to the topic at hand, taking Pacifica and Anya aback, but then try to keep a conversation going. I find myself at my wit's end. It's not like I'm feeling left out or anything. It's just that this sort of banter takes me back. As my consciousness starts to drift, I look outside the window. There's a good view of the plaza, including the towering missile in the middle of it. Maybe it's like a giant gravestone. The names of 1,024 ghosts are etched upon that missile. The husk of a weapon of mass destruction that failed to carry out its mission. From where I'm seated, I can't see the part that has my name on it. No. Okay, this is the girl from the chapter cover art, and I kind of want to give her, like this voice. Okay, I know you. You're the ninja girl. We even live in the same apartment complex. My god. Pacifica said she set us up before the day is done. I thought she meant she'd get in touch with some contacts or something, but she even set us up a same-day interview. She's truly amazing. Is that so? Okay. Our prospective place of work is a cosplay shop on the outskirts of town. We're in the back room of that shop right now. The employee interviewing us is a girl with a somewhat husky voice. She seemed kind of punkish, so I was really nervous at first. Okay, my voice was kind of close then. But she has a very gentle, somewhat familiar way of talking, which is kind of relaxing. Yeah, I haven't seen you around lately, though. You've been staying away from home or something? Anyway, you on the other hand, I don't know your name. My name's Yoru! I got it as a birthday present! I see. As a present, huh? Good for you. My name's Lauren. Call me Lo. Yep, it sure is good! Thanks, Lo! Lauren, or rather Lo, gets up from her seat. Now then, let's see. First, I'll explain to you how we bring in newly arrived stock and dispose of unsold stock. Yes, ma'am! Yoru follows... I keep on saying Yoru. It's Yoru. 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 Yoru follows Lo's lead and gets up. I get up as well, and then a bell rings. Now that I think about it, that must mean the store door opened. It made the same sound when we came in, after all. Oh, looks like we got a customer for once. Yoru, go greet them or something. Aye, ma'am! Or aye. I keep... Lo beckons me deeper into the shop. You sure about this? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's much more fun to teach new recruits than it is to deal with customers. Lo peers into my brown eyes with her fair eyes. I can feel my heart throbbing. For various reasons. Dude. Seoka's so gay. Non-derogatory. Wouldn't you agree? Her slightly husky voice really matches her fashion sense. I think it's fitting and beautiful. I wonder how I can become more like her. I agree. I totally agree. In any case, there's no way I could disagree with her. So, let's see. First of all, that box over there is newly arrived stock. Okay. And that box over there is unsold stock to be disposed of. You with me so far? Oh, question. Go ahead. Ask away. They're both empty, aren't they? Yeah, I guess we really do receive new stock or dispose of unsold stock. Huh? Actually, now that you mention it, when was the last time we had either of those things? Maybe 9,999 years ago? Yes? Sorry, can I ask another question? Are you sure this shop needs more workers? I can hear low gasp and realization. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and speaks slowly. Yeah, honestly, you're right. Business is so slow here. I've got plenty of downtime just working by myself. Then what do we do for work? Oh, sorry. Well, the managers seem kind of frantic. Oh, sorry. Never mind that. I guess you can, like, clean and stuff? Okay. Things get kind of awkward after that, so we both fall quiet. I think Lo's trying to come up with some sort of work the two of us can do, but the fact that she's not saying anything probably means she can't think of anything. I wonder how that customer's doing. Oh, right. Sorry. I don't know what to say, so I just nod vaguely. Thank you! Right as Lo and I get back to the storefront, Yodo lets out a cheer loud enough to drown out even the store's loud background music. What? You actually sold something? No way! It's been ages since our last sale. I'm surprised, of course, but Lo is even more surprised. Is this store really that unpopular? What did you sell? It must have been that frilly thing, right? No, it was the automatic rifle and the bulletproof vest. I said, you look marvelous with them, and the customer bought them. I see, I see. I guess it's finally time we get some new stock. So does it seem like it'll be tough working here? She actually said she realized she's fully staffed already. I feel a little uncomfortable as I say that. I'm sure Yodo is quite employable as a customer service worker. I see. That's too bad. See you again sometime. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Feel free to drop by my room sometime, you two. But it looks like neither Yodo nor Lo seem to mind, so I guess it's all okay in the end. Be sure to turn the heater on! Yeah, I'll put it on full blast. Should I say something? And play some good music too! I just don't want to say something and have it turn out weird. I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to avoid Yodo. I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to avoid Yodo or anything. Though, on second thought, I kind of am, but not in a bad way. Do I have the capacity to convey such a nuanced thought? I can play a little piano, so I'll practice. I'd like to hear some stories from you too. I don't know. Lo herself was considering hiring Yoru for a customer service job, but it seems that she won't explain why she doesn't, because, wait. My god. Lo herself was considering hiring Yoru for a customer service job, but it seems that she won't explain why she doesn't because of how obvious the reason is. Then again, they're both so kind that they probably explain it to me, no matter how obvious it's supposed to be. So should I ask? No, maybe not. Okay, let's make it a night to remember! Bye! Sorry we couldn't help. Thank you for your time. Damn, got fired on the first day. I conclude that these two have way better judgment than I do. So it doesn't make a difference whether I say anything or not. Just making excuses, huh? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say those words out loud, but Yoru picks them up anyway. About what? I just felt I've wronged you in some way, Syoko. But I'm kind of sad since I don't know what it is. She's being just a bit too facetious. You didn't do anything wrong, Yoru. It's getting late. There's nobody else on the streets but us. I'll do my best. Our conversation isn't quite lining up, and neither are our footsteps. That doesn't stop even as we approach the plaza. I'm walking ahead of Yoru, but my slow pace slows down even more, and Yoru overtakes me. I stop in place. I look at a certain something. Huh? What's wrong? I step up the pace and catch up to Yoru. Oh, nothing. The thing I was looking at, the missile, is missing Yoru's name. I'm a little bit jealous, but I feel like something's off about it. We keep walking back on the way home. And as we walk, I think to myself, what would she want? Maybe I can just give the place to her. That's an option. You there, Syoko? Yoru speaks up without turning around. I'm here. You can hear my footsteps, can't you? Well, please stay with me, okay? My chest is in pain, but the air I breathe in is so clean I can feel both painful and cleansed. All in all, I feel satisfied. I feel like I could go to sleep and just die right now. But that's impossible. I can't die if I'm not even alive. I'll try. There's no real meaning to this conversation. There's no real meaning to us either, I'm sure. Just meaningless ghosts walking around a ghost town near the break of dawn. We're almost home. Nice! It looks great on you. You're meant for this job. Despite what Pacific is saying, it's obvious that this outfit would look the same on anyone, no matter who's wearing it. She said she'd look for a job that's always short-staffed this time, and this is the result. Salvaging. Searching the garbage heap for unusable... oops. Salvaging. Searching the garbage heap for usable objects. Yoru and I are dressed in baggy yellow protective suits as we board the salvage truck. I silently curse these protective suits for being so hard to move in. The three other salvagers are all somewhat buff men. We're wearing the spare suits, which is why they don't fit. They keep bowing to Pacifica. Pacifica really is amazing at what she does. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but she does it well. We're sectioned off in the back of the truck, with the men all sitting in the front on the bench seat. Nobody says a word. I can more or less see the backs of the men's head through the window, but they're not even moving a muscle. They seem quite polite with the influential Pacifica, but I get the feeling they'll be strict with newcomers like us. Suddenly, Yoru speaks up. Excuse me! Can I ask a question? Salvager 1. What? If you want us to explain, we can do it when we're there. Where does this bus go? Where does this bus go, you say? Things get awkward real quick. It's the awkward calm before the storm. You see, she's, Oh wait, no, that's me. Sorry, that's Sayaka. Oopsie. You see, she's, That's so funny. Did you hear what she said? I heard. Where does this bus go? That's hilarious. Good one. Well, you know, pleasure to work with you today. Yeah, no problem. We'll make splendid scrappers out of you. You mean super scavengers, right? Our official title is officially licensed garbage collectors. That's so boring. Okie dokie artichoke! We'll be some real scrappy scrappers! You sure are a hoot. I can do nothing but watch as the scene unfolds in front of me. Actually, I'm not even sure if I can do that. She's just too dazzling. She's amazing. Simply amazing. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's clear they're all enjoying themselves. After some banter, we arrive at a place that's quite memorable to me in a certain sense. The truck parks by the fence surrounding the giant garbage dump on the outskirts of town. Baskets! I blink a few times before I realize what the man means. He's referring to the baskets made of aluminum and some other metal that were loaded into the back of the truck with us. Okay! Oh wait, no, sorry. I keep on messing up the sprites because it's not me. Yodo and I take the baskets as we hop out of the back of the truck. I'm already starting to get tired of the baggy suit's lack of mobility. If we end up sticking with this job, I hope the first thing we do is get properly fitting suits. As I think that to myself, I tumble and let out a weird yelp. Are you okay? Ninja girl? I'm okay. Thanks to that little tumble, I snap back to my senses. Do we need these suits? It's hard to move in them. Yeah, but... These are to protect against weird chemicals or radiation or something, right? But none of them really matter since I'm a ghost after all. It'll still hurt, you know? And it kinda still sucks to die. Even if, you know, it'll come back to life, doesn't it? Come back to life? I'm not sure that's the right phrase. We're not alive to begin with. I mean, we're ghosts. So it's weird to say we'll come back to life. Well, you got a point, but the suit's too baggy to move around in. So it'll be hard to do work in it. So do I have to wear it? I mean, I've been here in normal clothes before and nothing happened to me. I'm sure they're just being overly cautious. In that case, I'll take mine off too! Whoa! 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 This is gonna be a very bad look for us. This is what it means to be a man! Whoa. Okay. Well, miss, if you insist, then that's perfectly fine. Do the work you want, the way you want it. That's just how life is. I guess we can agree there. In other words, when life deals you cards, you gotta... Sorry, just be careful. Hi, Chip, welcome in. Yes, sir! Work is just about what I expected. With basket and tongs in hand, we fish around the garbage for anything that seems useful. The garbage is piled up haphazardly, but nothing feels dirty. Nothing's rotten and there's not too much of a smell. I'm starting to think that maybe this town doesn't even have the bacteria and stuff necessary for rot to form. After all, this town only has ghosts in it. And this garbage heap only has things that aren't living. This is where all the town's resources originate from, and this is where all the town's resources eventually return. One of the men instructs me to search for electrical appliances. My instincts somehow tell me that there's no good finds at my current location, so I distance myself from Yodo and the men who are searching through garbage within a set perimeter. It's not because I can't handle hearing Yodo chatting and laughing with the men. At least, I don't think it is. I suddenly notice a car windshield at my feet. Oh yeah, what about that car? Do things lost outside of town come back here too? Did that car get buried somewhere in this garbage pile after it exploded? If so, did it come back as individual parts, or as a whole car? If it came back as parts, then maybe this windshield belongs to it. As I think that to myself, I notice there's a microwave oven caught underneath the windshield. Wonder why I didn't notice it earlier. I lift up the windshield and hurl it somewhere. I hear the sound of glass shattering. I found a microwave! I rush back to the scavengers to report my find. It's my first big find of the day. Oh, was that sound you, Siyoko? Yes, the microwave was shielded by a windshield, so I threw it into the wind. I fail at forcing a laugh, so it comes out more like a spasm. The men try to say something, but it looks like they're speechless, so I can't help but groan. I'm just not good with this kind of stuff. I feel like I felt this way before. Several times, even. Have I never tried to improve? Or am I just unable to? I feel like it's too late for me to even know at this point. Once the truck's filled with buckets of garbage, or rather, I suppose I should call them resources, I make several stops to the outskirts of town. Scavenger offices and workshops, I assume. Today was the best. Thanks, miss. You're welcome! So what do you say, you two? Want to work with us? It's tough work, but we're happy to have you on board if you want. Sorry, but I don't think I'm cut out for this. My apologies. Thank you for your time. I see. It feels like they knew already what my answer would be, but they had to pretend they didn't. They have to uphold a pre-established harmony, I suppose. So, what about you, miss? Join us. We can play I Spy as we collect garbage. Hey, cut it out. It's her decision. I'm a little nervous. I'm sure Yoru's all for it. And if she joins them, that means our relationship will change. Which is what I thought I wanted, but now I'm not so sure. I take a deep breath and look at Yoru from the side. If Sioka's not in, then neither am I. Yoru. I have to say something. I want to object. I want to tell her that she's making the wrong decision. I'm sorry. Yoru apologizes. But for what? Why? I just don't know. I don't understand. Are you sure? Yeah, I agree. Are you sure? Pipe down, you. Sorry, but I made up my mind. I'll come visit. Be sure to turn the heater on. And with that, Yoru starts walking. She grabs my wrist with surprising force coming from her slender arm. I manage to keep up with her despite stumbling a bit. Sioko, the night's still young, so why don't we go visit Mrs. Pacifica's house? We have to report to her after all. I nod my head vaguely. Perhaps because I'm considering suggesting one more time that Yoru could work there. But I'm sure she has no intention of doing that, so there's no point in saying anything about it. You were so good at the job. You looked like you were having so much fun. So why did you reject their offer? I don't get it. I end up saying something vague instead. We should apologize to Pacifica when we see her, huh? I guess so. In the end, I don't say what I wanted to. I see. I'm in Pacifica's good old living room again, facing it the same way a certain nun did once before. I'm sorry for wasting the time you spent searching for that job. I bow my head. So does Yoru. Sorry! It's fine, it's fine. The cosplay shop was kinda shady and nobody wants to do garbage collection anyway. And those men are kinda dumb too. I can't speak for Yoru, but I can't say I see you doing that sort of work, Sayoko. When I look up, I see Pacifica's gentle smile. Thank goodness. She's not mad. She's perfectly calm. I'd probably be mad if I were in her shoes. I still feel sorry, though. True! I just thought you'd have a plethora of options if we used my connections. Looks like this will be harder than I expected. Okay, once again. What exactly does Pacifica do? I want to ask, but there's no way I can. How can you expect me not to want to ask? I start to debate myself, but stay silent in the end. There's no point in forcing yourself to do a job that you'll quit immediately. I think manual labor only shows its true advantages if you're employed in the long term. Just take your time searching. I'm so glad to have your help. You are too, right, Syoko? Huh? Yeah, I'm glad to have your help. Sorry for the trouble. We're friends, aren't we, Syoko? I hear the front door start to open. It's probably Anya. Pacifica said she'd be here later. Anya said she'd try to help us find work using her own personal connections. But she also said, my networking is poop compared to Pacifica's, so don't expect much. She said before promising that she'd keep us in the poop, loop. Oh! Is Anya coming too? As I grin for the stupidest reason ever, Yoru speaks up to me. I nod vaguely in reply. Anya's as hard a worker as anyone else, so she should have connections of her own. But I suppose anyone's connections would look like poop compared to Pacifica's. Let's splash some hot water on her as a penalty for being late. Yay! Hot water! I meant to put streak of 4. Don't you love the autocorrect? She's kinda scary when you think about her like that. Pacifica hands Yoru a kettle full to the brim of hot water. She gleefully waits by the door. What? What is going on? What if she's got a dreadful side to her that I don't know about? Wait, I guess it's obvious that she does have a dreadful side to her. But what's truly dreadful is not knowing what it is. When I do come to know that side of Pacifica, will I be able to keep loving her the way I do? What if I told her all of this? I can only imagine the worst. I don't want her to hate me. After all, regardless of the path that's brought us here, she's the one who reintroduced me to the outside world like this. Maybe I should discreetly ask Anya once she's here. I'm sure that'd be better than asking Pacifica herself. As soon as I make up my mind, the living room door opens loudly and... What the hell? Don't move, ruffian. A man shouts coldly as he barges into the room, tearing the casual mood to shreds. In his hand is a high-caliber pistol big enough to be used as a blunt weapon. All of us freeze and fall silent. Hey, Mort. The only people who can come visit my office without an appointment are top-priority clients and my friends. And I don't have any top-priority clients yet, so that means only my friends can visit unannounced. And you're not my friend. So please set up an appointment by phone and come again. You shitty bitch! You ruined a once in a million... Oh, once a millennium. You ruined a once in a millennium business opportunity. How dare you? How dare you make that face at me? Please don't get the wrong idea. I only did my job. It's the truth that you cut corners, isn't it? If you came here to bark at me, you're barking up the wrong tree. Damn you! Now put down that dangerous thing before you regret it. What? Do you have any idea what situation you're in? Wow, so cool! I had zoned out due to the surprise, but Yoru's ambiguous murmuring snaps me back to reality. We're up against one man. He must be tired of holding up that gun or something since his hands are trembling. I don't think he's used to wielding a gun. In any case, judging by his stout, protruding belly, he probably can't move very quickly either. I didn't want that Gant bastard to beat me. I've done everything I could to win, but then you had to butt in and ruin everything. You're the one who leaked everything to the company, weren't you? That's right. I did my job. My hands are clean. How dare you say that when you've been using your position to line your own damn pockets with such outrageous margins? Everything will be fine. I can take this guy. The situation itself isn't good, but I'm happy at the possibility that I can be useful to Pacifica. So what do you want me to do? I want you to die! What's the point? I'll just come back, you know. Do you have the brain of a child, Mort? Pacifica's voice is cold. Cold enough to freeze the steam this man's been spouting. I can at least make you writhe in pain by filling you with lead. There's plenty of time to regain your company's trust. You've got all of eternity, actually. Are you unable to make a rational decision? Shut up! Shut the hell up! Who gives a damn about your logic? How could you possibly know how I feel? The man's voice gets slightly teary. On the other hand, Pacifica's stance gets firmer and firmer. So much that I'm wondering if she can even see the gun in the man's hand. How is that so? I understand. Allow me to make it up to you. Suddenly, Pacifica softens the tension in her voice. The man mumbles, but ends up not speaking. It seems like Pacifica intends to resolve this problem with money. I send her a look that says there's no need to do that. Pacifica picks up my single, but she responds with a wink that I'm not clever enough to decipher. Pacifica picks up the pouch that was left on the table and starts rummaging through it. She then takes out a small tube. It's probably lipstick. If you're gonna pay out, then do it in cash. I'm done playing your games. Oh, that's too bad. Something shines in Pacifica's hand, and at the same time, a dry bang rings out. The man's gun hits the floor with a thud. He then falls to the floor, holding his shoulder. I'm all out of cash, but I've got plenty of lead. It's only when Pacifica says those words that I realize that the lipstick in her hand is actually a teeny tiny gun in disguise. If you'd like a second payment of lead, then by all means come and take it. Pacifica calmly asserts as she picks up the gun the man dropped and points it back at him. The gun looks too big for Pacifica's slender arm, but for some reason, it looks more deadly than when the man was holding it. Ah! The man mumbles and groans, but no intelligible words come out. He must be in too much pain to speak. I can't hear you! Pacifica kicks the groaning man. Specifically, she kicks his gunshot wound. Instead of screaming, the man's body twitches and convulses. His body is collapsed face up. After losing consciousness for a few seconds, the man tearfully pleads with Pacifica. Wait, I think I love her. Mercy! Oh, please have mercy! It hurts! It hurts! Get lost. Now. And be sure to tell your little friends exactly what happened here. You hear me? Okay! Okay, I promise. I promise. Pacifica takes a step toward the man. It looks like the bullet's still lodged into his shoulder. The man squirms to get some distance, perhaps having recalled the pain of being kicked in the gunshot wound moments earlier. Know your place, shithead! And with those final words, Pacifica shoves the sole of her boot as far into the man's rear as physically possible. The man scuttles away surprisingly quick, as if borrowing the momentum from the kick. Phew. I look at Yoru beside me. I kind of expected it, but her eyes are sparkling even more than I'd imagined, as she rushes up to Pacifica and hugs her. That was amazing! Say that line again. Hasta la vista, baby! I didn't say that. Yo, what'd I miss? Anya suddenly pops in through the door, the man left wide open. Looks like things got kind of weird here. That what's-his-face guy was here, wasn't he? You saw him leave, didn't you? I've already taken care of him. Oh, and that thing worked like a charm. I'd like to order a dozen. I quite like that sort of thing. Oh, seriously? I'm quite proud of my handiwork on this one. Wish I could improve the shell injection, though. I know I can't work it out exactly like the movies, but still. What does Mrs. Pacifica do exactly? Yoda whispers in my ear. I feel ever so slightly relieved to know that she'd been wondering the exact same thing as me. I'm not sure, but she's probably some sort of agent. An agent? Of what? Something. Once that non-committal word leaves my lips, I realize I sound just like Yoru. It's kind of embarrassing. So how'd the new job go? Looks like it wasn't a good match. You got any leads? Nope, nothing. Sorry. I tried looking, but everywhere I looked, places were neither understaffed nor overstaffed, just staffed. I see. I'm really sorry. No, I'm not blaming you or anything. I just think it's interesting. I know what you mean. This job just seems like a perfectly put together machine. And exactly for the number of... This town just seems like a perfectly put together machine. Meant exactly for the number of people in it. Maybe the town's just optimized that way since it's always had the same number of people? 1,024. That's the ghost town's ghost population. With the addition of Yoru, that's 1,025. Of those 1,025 ghosts, 1,023 are employed. Yoru and I are the only ones left out. Oh, but I did borrow that lemonade stand. Can a lemonade stand even make money in this cold as hell town? Are you sane? You didn't catch Clara's stupid, did you? Anya mumbles the story about how she originally made that lemonade stand as a set for a play, but it's pretty functional. Sorry, I guess it's not useful after all. Maybe I did catch Clara's stupid coffee, please. And with that, she throws herself onto the sofa. I'm sorry. I don't say it out loud, but I apologize again in the silence of my heart. Okay, okay. Would you two like some more as well? Yes, please! Hip hip caffeine! I'm not entirely sure what I'm apologizing for. I feel a vague sense of guilt, and it's not something I can solve by raiding the church again. I was powerless. No trip to Pacifica's house is complete without a cup of Pacifica's house-blend coffee. These two have a proper role in their small-town community. They seem so important. Wait, then, what was my role before I became a shut-in? Well, in the worst case... Pacifica comes back from the kitchen after boiling some water and walks up to me with cups in hand. You can be my bodyguard. Being an Asian is dangerous work, but with a ninja around, ruffians like that one should think twice before they show their faces, so... Okay. Relax, no need to make that face. Pacifica gently pinches my cheek with her fair, soft hand. Was I making that bad a face? I guess so. But why? I'm flustered. I want to rebuke myself for taking advantage of people's kindness like this all the time. I have nothing to offer. A bodyguard, I see. I never thought of that. Milk or dry, Sayoko. That's why, even if I become Pacifica's bodyguard, I'll never feel useful, no matter how many enemies I take down. It doesn't change the fact that I'd still be taking advantage of her kindness. Oh, we forgot to splash Anya with hot water! It's not too late, you know! I'm not sure what you're talking about, but please forget about it for the rest of the eternity. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but please forget about it for the rest of eternity. I've got a suggestion for Yoda when we get home. If she's receptive to the suggestion, I'll discuss things further with her, as much as possible. That way, I'm sure even I'll be tired enough to fall asleep without having to worry about her snoring. I think to myself as I watch Yoru brandishing the kettle. We'll work for money. We'll work! As soon as I give Yoru my suggestion, she energetically says, sounds good, in less than what I think is a second. We just can't take advantage of Pacifica's help forever, so let's do some job hunting of our own. That was the main point of my suggestion. Yoru said, if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it good. And then she made cardboard sandwich signs. No idea where she got the cardboard. I hid my astonishment at her craftsmanship. In my mind, I was applauding her. But her snoring is still way too loud. Her raw energy both awake and asleep is grating on the ears, which is why I don't praise her too loud. I don't know how many hours we spent with those signs in hand. I figured that having something to do would serve as a good distraction. But in actuality, the cold, the fatigue, and the shame are just weighing down on my mind. But I honestly believe that this is what I can and should be doing right now. So we do this today. And the next day. And the next day. And the next day. We keep standing and barking all around town. The end is near! Nuclear war! Buy gold! It seems like Yoru has had enough. I'm nearing the end of my rope too. The town's workforce really must be saturated. Would anyone else actually give work to job searchers with sandwich signs when every position's already filled? I just sort of throw myself onto the snow and give up. That's when somebody calls out to us. Oh, Armageddon's coming, huh? You're always living on the edge, Yoru. Guess he's not calling out to us, exactly. Just Yoru. And this isn't the first time someone's called out to her. Well, I've just been aimlessly wearing the sandwich sign. Yoru's been making acquaintances one by one, gradually assimilating into the town. Oh, Mr. Patel, how are you? Thanks for your help the other day. I feel a little better now. Not completely healed, but better. Thank you so much. Come visit the cafe again. You should hire us! Sorry, we got enough workers as it is. I see. Be sure to tell us if there's ever an opening. Yeah, when the time comes. See you later. What happened the other day? I asked Yoru as I watched Mr. Patel leave. I listened to him talk about his issues. I didn't understand what he was saying, but I just nodded and said yeah to everything. And he seemed happy, so I guess it's all good. Is it though? I'm sure he just wanted some validation from someone. Validation? Someone to tell you it's alright, you know? Is it really though? Either way, he's doing his best, I think. You think so? Well, he looked happy, so I want to believe in him. As she says that, Yoru smiles ambiguously. And maybe it's only ambiguous because I'm too dumb to understand it. But what I do understand is that her smile is awfully beautiful. So beautiful, I'm jealous. Almost resentful, even. She's got such a beautiful smile. I'm sure she'll be able to find work. Unlike me. Doo-doo! 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 Saved. Oh, nothing. I'm gonna go over to that street. You stay at the plaza. As you command, my liege! I totter over towards the back streets. It's not somewhere you'd expect someone looking for work to go. I just want to be alone. I thought walking would cheer me up, but the more I walk, the more tired I become. So it looks like I'm playing a losing game. I remember a day long ago when I waited for the bus in the rain. I remember waiting 20 minutes for a bus that comes every 30. And fed up with waiting, I ended up taking the train home. Even though I knew the bus would be there in less than 10 minutes, I spent 15 minutes walking from the bus stop to the station to catch a train. By the time I realized I'd wasted the effort of waiting 20 minutes, I'd already been walking for quite some distance. I suppose I was just tired of staying in one place. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just ended up doing something. It feels disgusting not to understand yourself. It feels somewhat like how I felt that day. Whoa. As I turn the corner, I bump into someone. Oh. Oh. Some guy. You. You were at the church. I recognize who this is. That's right. It's the man who stopped me by the entrance when I snuck into the church. I bribed him with mints. And then I killed him. Some other guy. Hey, is that the ninja? Behind them man are 5 similarly dressed men. His friends, I suppose. Yeah, that's right. I see the men reach inside their coats, either for concealed guns or bladed weapons. Leave me alone! I asked to be left alone, but I have to admit, I am a little glad that a stress-relieving distraction has decided to waltz up to me. Pentakill! When I come back home with a broken sign and a little bit of cash, I'm greeted by Yoru and some unfamiliar furniture. Where'd you get all this? Welcome home! I was given these! You were given them? Yep, I got some food too. Some people said I can't employ you both, but I can give you this instead. Some people said they could employ one of us, but I guess it's hard to find anyone willing to employ us both. I see. Those misers, am I right? This is the difference between me and Yoru. Yoru's gained the goodwill of many, and even if they can't employ both of us, they can still help feel fulfilled. Meanwhile, I killed someone I've killed before, and then I killed his friends, and I robbed their bodies. Oh, well, if nobody will hire us, let's just start our own business, Sayoko. The Ninja Delivery Service, how about it? It's a service where Ninja delivers things like, something... You don't need to stick around me anymore. Huh? I'm sure you can find plenty of jobs for yourself, Yoru. Lots of people love you. And as long as you're not with me, they'll gladly employ you. But there's no point unless I'm with you, Sayoko! Yoru looks confused and somewhat angry. I've never seen her make a face like that before. But I can't back down. Look. There's nothing I'm good at besides hurting others. That's probably the one and only thing I'm better than you at. There's work for you, but there's none for me. It's the truth that you're great, so what's the problem? But it won't do! It can do, and it will. I don't want to feel miserable. I don't want to hate you, so please. I should leave, shouldn't I? If possible. Sayoko! What is it? Nothing, it's just... I got a live-in job offer for one, so I'm gonna go do that. That'd be for the best. Thanks for having me. No problem. That said, it's getting late, so the two of us sleep in the same bed tonight. I guess ending a relationship is a more sluggish process than what you see on TV. Yodo unexpectedly sleeps quietly, neither snoring nor stirring. See? You can do it after all. After becoming the worst woman in the world, I mutter to myself as I feel her warmth in bed. Okay, thanks for having me. Um, you're welcome. Kathunk. The door shuts. It doesn't seem to shut in slow motion, and the sound of it shutting doesn't sound particularly sad. It feels like a relief, actually. I guess I really am a cold woman after all. It may have only been for a short while, but Yodo and I ate together and slept together. And yet I feel nothing now that she's gone. I space out for a few seconds and then... Maybe I should have at least walked her out? I whisper out an idea that comes way too late. But it feels like I'm lying to myself. If I walked her out and waited until she faded into the distance, it'd be so sad to look at her footsteps in the snow. At the very least, it'd be weird for me to do that when I'm the one who kicked her out. It'd be almost hypocritical. Like I'm hiding my true feelings or something. My true feelings. That's right. I wanted Yodo to leave. It's not like I particularly enjoyed how he lived before Yodo moved in. But it's way better than living with someone who's loud all the time. After being in the negatives, I just wanted to return to zero. And now that Yodo's gone, my life is back to zero. For some reason, I felt that I needed to find a job, but I don't really need to. In short, the end goal was to get her out of my room. Now she has. The end. I didn't kick her out buck naked. I kicked her out after she found herself a job and a new place to live. I'm sure I'll see her again in town eventually. We might even drink coffee together at Mr. Patel's cafe again. Maybe Yodo would vent about work. Maybe Pacifica and Anya would be there too and sympathize with her. And maybe the three of them would laugh. Maybe I'll even join in and laugh too. I imagine a future like that. Yep. You've settled everything peacefully. Congratulations. You've reached the most optimal solution. I'm sure it is. It probably is. Yes. Yeah. I close my eyes and nod my head, trying to give myself validation. Yes. 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 The repeated nodding of my head makes me want to go lie down for a bit. Yes, you should go to sleep. Maybe that'll cheer me up a little. That's right. Once I cheer up, I can go talk to Pacifica and Anya. Yes. My eyes snap open when the doorbell rings. I'm already up on my feet before I know it. Yoru? I feel irritated even as I reach out for the doorknob and open the door. Uh-oh. Exactly. Ah. Exactly what? Exactly. Standing there is the elderly man from way back when, which, as expected, is exactly the opposite of exactly what I expected. I can barely remember things about Pacifica Anya myself, and yet I quickly remember this elderly man. I know it's due to recency bias, but it still stings. I'm here to apply for that position of roommate. He smells like dirt, sweat, and a tinge of excrement. I furrow my eyebrows at the sudden affront to my lungs. Simply put, I heard there's an opening in this room. It's dangerous for a girlie to be living all by her lonesome, so I'll move in to help you. No thanks. It's clear that he's not in the right of mind. Plus, he's got a knack for getting under my skin. Luckily, he doesn't seem to realize it himself. What's the matter? You hate strong men or something? From what I reckon, handsome old men get tax benefits. Act now and I'll throw in one of those cricket things. He pulls some weird giant spatula-looking thing out of his pocket and starts swinging it around, only for it to slip out of his hands. I see it fly towards the stairs out of the corner of my eye. I originally lived by myself, so I don't need a roommate. I need to drive him away quickly before this becomes another bad experience. I've had enough of those. I know that, of course. The elderly man suddenly softens his speech. I knew you're all by your lonesome this whole time, little missy. And I know you're no longer alone no more. You changed. For good. There ain't no going back to how you were, little missy. Now that you know about the holes in your heart, you can't no longer exist by your lonesome. The elderly man speaks matter-of-factly as he strokes his beard. He accurately describes my current situation objectively and without emotion. He reminds me of one of my college professors. I wonder how he's doing. Wait, have I even gone to college? I think you're just like me, little missy. Your holes are my holes, and I've come to fill your holes. Holes? You mean... Yes, sir, your holes. He suddenly shouts and makes an exaggerated gesture as he continues. A fine metaphor, if I do say so myself. I didn't prepare no script, but them's fine words if I do say so myself. We are holes. Holes crudely dug out and crudely filled back up. We are holes. A crudely filled hole looks good, but it ain't the real thing. And it ain't got much of a purpose, but either way it's still there. Holes. Well, sure enough, I do feel some holes have been poked into me. I have to admit I do feel pretty hurt. Even if getting filled back up doesn't fix everything, it's still a relief just to exist, ain't it? I understand you, little missy. The two of us ain't that different after all. I'm very, very afraid right now. And the truth is, it'd be really assuring if Yoda were by my side. Why did I open my big mouth and drive her away? Wait, no. All I did was pout a bit. Honestly, why was that enough to make her leave? Damn it, that ain't great. Shit. I'll give her a piece of my mind. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that at all. I really don't remember where you came from, little missy. That's another hole. Please, don't leave me by myself. In other words, the only thing that can fill your holes is someone else with holes like me. That way I can fill my own holes too. If being a loner is my style, then I should at least repent and ask for forgiveness. Can't you get yourself ready to see her again? I quickly back away when I realized the elderly man's grabbing my shoulder. I thought I'd shake him off, but his grip is stronger than I expected. So I just end up stumbling slightly. Let me go! I need to see Yoru again. No. I let go of you again. Cut it out already. When the man gets up in my face, I can't help but shut my eyes. What does he want with me? If he's here, then that means he knows where I live. Which means I've got no place to run. My beloved, precious! If this goes on any longer, I might as well. Damp noodle. Marzipan! I opened my eyes at the sound of the elderly man's death rose. What's with this old man and filling holes? If you're that lonely, then fill your holes with pudding cups or something. Before my eyes is the elderly man bleeding from the head, and Lo holding a bat of some sort, the cricket paddle. It hasn't even been a week, so I easily recall her name. I'm honestly glad that I still remember. Oh, it's Lo, remember? I do remember. That's your nickname, right? You live in the room above mine. Oh yeah, we're neighbors! I think her name is Lauren. I've forgotten her real name, but I guess that's no big deal. Oh, right. I mean, I wanted to say thanks. I failed to thank her properly, but I'm used to being a failure. In any case, the most important thing is that I'm free from the elderly man now. Are you okay? He didn't hurt you or anything, did he? I'm A-okay. I try to show her just how energetic I am, but it comes out awkwardly. Lo giggles. Well, I guess that wasn't a complete failure then. Seeing Lo's smile cheers me up a little too. Good. Be careful of perverts, okay? Oh, don't worry. I'll do something about him. He stinks. Okay. Thank you so much. No problem. You and Yodo can visit sometime, okay? Lo goes down the stairs, dragging the elderly man behind her. The man leaves behind a trail of blood. I'll come by when I got the chance. I murmur a small reply. This house resembles Pacifica's house, but it's even bigger and somehow a little less intimidating. I know the price of the land is cheaper since it's a rural town, but I think you'd still have to be plenty rich to have a house like this. The house is where Yoru works now. It apparently belongs to an elderly woman named Margaret. Obviously, I don't know a thing about her. I don't have the guts to ring the doorbell. I guess I should have expected that. Instead, I pick up some snow by my feet and play around with it. If I ring the bell, I figure it'd be either Yoru who will answer it, or someone else who can fetch her for me. I want to see Yoru and apologize to her. I want to tell her that I don't regret living her life with me at all. Yeah. But that's just self-serving. I'd only be doing that to make me feel better about myself. So, what should I change about my approach? Maybe if I tell Yoru how I feel, she'll cheer up a little? It's not like our relationship can get any worse. Maybe it's worth a shot? But what if it's not? What if I just make Yoru feel even worse? Now that I think about it, interpersonal relationships don't bottom out at 0. They often run into the negatives. Once the snowball in my hands is as dense as it can be, I chuck it away. If that's the case, then she might snap at me and ask why I'd say something to drive her away. I'm scared. I want to go home, but I can't just leave. So I pick up some fresh snow, pack it into another snowball, and hurl that one too. Now there's no more snow at my feet. I consider picking up dirt and making a mud ball, but that's when the door opens. Oh! Hi, Sayoko! Oh, hi. It's okay. I'm doing perfectly fine. No need to worry about me. Oh, no, that's not why I came. After some insistence, I got paid in advance, so I'm good with living expenses. That said, I don't have much in terms of living expenses since it's a live-in job. Yoru gives an ambiguous chuckle. I know my sixth sense could use some glasses, but even I can tell that her laughter is forced. No, that's not it. There's just something I wanted to talk about, and... Margaret. And just who gave you permission to talk? Oh, I'm sorry. The elderly woman lets out a hoarse voice. Distracting her? I paid good money to hire that pet sitter, so don't you try to make a fool out of me. Don't mock me. She comes snapping at me, almost pushing Yoru to the side. So Yoru's a pet sitter. She does seem like she'd be good with animals. I'm not paying her to talk on the clock. Are you going to pay for her lost time? Don't mock me. Sure enough, Yoru is holding a leash, but the pet, on the other hand... Oh, I'm sorry. Very well. I'll let you off the hook this just once. Just don't take me for a fool. The elderly just love giving me an earful today, huh? Are all the elderly town ghosts like this? I don't have much experience handling the elderly, so all I can do is apologize and regret coming here without a plan. The elderly woman, or rather Margaret, looks like she hasn't finished talking, but Yodo cheerfully chimes in as if to interrupt her. I'll go take Rocky on a walk now, okay? Right. She's a professional pet sitter now. An unemployed person like me shouldn't distract her. That's not Rocky! Margaret shrieks hysterically. For a second, I have no idea what's happening. Or rather, I do realize that Margaret just hit Yoda with her cane, but my brain freezes for a few seconds processing why she did that. The violence seemed to come to her all too naturally. Margaret hit Yoda in the face with her cane as if it was the most natural thing in the world. But that's only half of it. The other half has got to be because of the pet I see on the other side of the leash. Both my brain and body freeze in place. I mean, McCready, I'm sorry. Oh, that's Biscuit, are you blind? Can't you tell the boys from the girls? What is your problem? Don't take me for a fool. It's a brown lump of clay tied to a rope. I'm sorry. Why can't you tell just by looking? That's clearly a girl. It's clearly a lump of clay. A genderless, inorganic lump. Anyway, we'll be going on that walk. I won't accept any slacking off, okay? Oh no! Put your heart into it! The heart is key! If it weren't for Yoda whispering, let's go, I probably would have been stuck standing there in shock at the bizarre situation. Oh, right. I follow after Yoda once she's walked several steps dragging along Biscuit, or rather the lump of clay on a string. So, about Biscuit. This is just a lump of clay. Yoda nonchalantly states the obvious. There are others like it, but Miss Margaret says she can tell them apart. There are others? Yeah, Miss Margaret takes care of about 100 of them in total, and they all have names, but she says it's hard for her to walk them all. 100? It's nowhere near 1,025, but that's still a lot of pets. But why is she naming lumps of clay and keeping them as pets? They don't eat, they don't poop, and they don't bark either. What a groundbreaking pet these pet clays are. Ah. Was I thinking out loud again? I'm psychic! Yoda playfully continues. My job is to walk them all, and help Miss Margaret around the house, too. Wouldn't it be more efficient to walk them all at once? It's the heart, apparently. So, when it showed the garden gnomes, I was like, maybe it's the remains of people or her past pets. Because it kind of was weird how the garden gnomes were scattered like that. Like, it reminded me of, like, a mass grave or something. That was my immediate thought. I didn't vocalize it because I was like, I think that's a crazy pull. Yeah. Apparently watching them all at once is proof of being heartless, and it's a bad influence on the pet clays. I don't get it. I know, right? But I get money and a place to live, so I'll do my best. I'm quite good at menial jobs like this anyway. Oh, it's not actual remains, thank God. But she hit you. With a cane. An old lady's not strong enough to kill me. But still. She's treating you like a slave, isn't she? You should quit. Dragging around lumps of clay all day isn't proper work. I can't. I got paid plenty in advance and I already bought several things. That'd be skipping the bill. Let me take care of it. I'll throw something sharp into her and then... I stumble over my words and then I stumble to the ground. This doesn't work. All I'm capable of is terror and destruction. It's not what Yodo needs right now. She's chosen to live in this town as one of its town ghosts. To live among us in peace. With her own role to play. Thank you! I'm glad you care about me! As Yodo speaks, her face looks tired, yet lively. It makes me feel like my tiny regrets are nothing more than insignificant digits truncated? It makes me feel like my tiny regrets are nothing more than insignificant digits truncated several places after the decimal point. So I decide not to say anything. Yodo is independent now, so I need to be independent too. By the way, about how deep in debt are you? Despite my decision to be independent, I stubbornly ask that question. I ask because I figure if I can work for myself and save enough money, maybe I can take her back, or at the very least, get her a more decent job. It wouldn't be bad to work towards a goal like that. Yodo starts counting out the money on her fingers. Oh. Yodo comes up with a figure that far exceeds my expectations. It's enough money to buy 2 decent cars, or 1 good car. What did you use that money on? Several things. I figured I might as well get since I've got nowhere else to go, so... So? So I splurged a little. Ah, come on. That's right. I forgot how I'm not used to this girl's thoughtless optimism. Once Yodo makes a lap around town, she goes back to Margaret's house to pick up a new pet clay to walk. While I could tag around with her for another lap, I decide to go back home instead. I can't even bring myself to watch her walk away. It's just so frustrating. I can't watch. If I did, I'm sure I'd be plotting ways to physically persuade that elderly woman. I know. If I happened to change my mind before I got to my destination, I could always choose to go to Pacifica or Anya for advice. But then again, after all the work those two did to help us out, Yodo found a live-in job by herself, and I lost my reason to look for work. I don't know what sort of face I should put on when I report back to them. But I do know that I need to report to them soon. And with that thought in mind, I gazed at the missile as I crossed through the plaza. Oh! A familiar girl drops a cardboard box, which makes that distant plop characteristic to card. My god, do my throat. A familiar girl drops a cardboard box, which makes that distinct plop characteristic to cardboard. She looks this way, not at me, but through me, as if looking into the past. She's afraid. Even someone as dense as me can tell that. Her name's Clara. The nun who got that impressive collection of bullet holes that I used her at. The nun who got that impressive collection of bullet holes when I used her as my substitute. The nun who called me a poophead just before she got that impressive collection of bullet holes. I felt we had reached a mutual understanding of that short moment. But I don't think that's quite right. There's something I've been meaning to say. Clara desperately stammers. Paper flowers spill out of the cardboard box at her feet. Wait, she's not even officially a nun, is she? Then what exactly does she do? What's her role? What's her source of income? Ever since I started looking for work, I've been thinking these questions about everyone I run into. What is it? I decide to reply for now. Honestly, it'd make me feel a little better if she were to say something like, "It's my turn to murder you, so you best be prepared." I'm sorry! Huh? That's not what I was expecting her to say at all. So I find myself at a loss of words. I did some thinking after everything that happened, like what I did wrong to make you so mad. Clara starts talking with tears in her eyes. It's not your fault. I must have done something wrong, so I'm sorry. I have no idea what to think. I haven't even thought about thinking. It's like I'm just churning out cookie-cutter answers. I don't blame you for what you've done, so please don't worry about it. How could she be so self-sacrificial? Pot kettle black? How can her heart be so pure? Is that what she wants me to think? Don't make me smack you. But let's talk things out with words instead of violence this time. Please come visit the church. We'll have tea and yummy sweets. You can make friends, laugh, have fun. The ideal girl speaks of her ideals with an idyllic look on her face. Give me a break. None of that stuff is what I need. My boundless rage actually calms me down. It also gives me a sudden splash. It also gives me a sudden flash of inspiration. My thoughts freeze over and become clear, like ice free of any impurities. You're right, Clara. I'm sorry about what I did earlier. Oh. I hug Clara. Her body stiffens for the first few seconds, but she relaxes soon enough. Clara is small and smells like sweet-scented candles you'd buy at a cozy general store. For now, I've wiped the snow off my hands on the back of her coat. I'm so relieved to hear you say that. Let's be friends from now on. I act out the cookie-cutter answer she wants to hear. It's as if there is no Sayoko, no Clara here. It's as if we're just actors acting out an ideal script in the center of the plaza. I'm so happy! My love finally got through to you, right? Yes, that's right, Clara. By the way, I'm in a bit of trouble now, you see. Oh, can I help? I thank her and let go, ending our embrace. The sweet smell fades into the distance, giving my lungs a bit of relief. You see, I place a hand on Clara's shoulder and give her the most troubled look I can muster. I peer into her pale eyes and establish firm eye contact. My role here is a pitiful person in need of help, and your role is someone who can give me that help. You understand? It's about money, you see. Money? I give her a truthful summary about the current state of affairs. I make sure to highlight how Yodo is being unfairly treated like a slave at her job. And I don't forget to mention how she's being subjected to casual violence. I firmly emphasize those 2 points. No way, poor Yodo! So, I want to help Yodo pay her debts, but it's too large a sum for me alone. I put more force into my grip on her shoulder. I tried, but I failed to cry in command. It was worth a shot, though. So, help me pay for half so we can reclaim Yodo's freedom. I think I pulled it off. Huh? You're my only hope. I squeeze out the most pitiful voice I can muster. I need you. Keep going. You're the only one I can talk to. More. Sister. Now for the finishing touch. Let's work together. For the first time. Okay, let's do this! Too easy. I do feel sorry for her. Any time spent wondering about how she feels is time wasted. What good can come out of that anyway? You wouldn't wonder about how the numbers you type into a spreadsheet feel? Same thing. I will try! How much money do I need to bring? Okay, first, don't be alarmed when I tell you the amount. I tell her half the necessary amount. Times 2. Yo. In other words, the full amount. Reducing the amount of work I have to do to 0. It's not that I don't want to work, it's just that it feels right for Claire to pay up that much. I'm sure if I told Pacifica and Anya about it. Nice, but it'd be even nicer if you double the amount. You're a friend I can be proud of. Yep, that's what Pacifica and Anya in my mind are saying. Is this a malicious scam? Perhaps. But Clara must think she reformed me and that I trust her enough to share my concerns with her. And what's the ideal response that an ideal girl should make? I'm sure you know what you must do, Clara. I understand. Also, don't tell anyone else. This is for your ears only. It's our little secret. But wouldn't it be a lot better to get a lot of people to help? We can't. Listen, if you betray me, I might get violent again like last time. I think I feel Clara's shoulders stiffen when she hears the words, last time. She hasn't forgotten the terror. I think it's far easier to forget things like love and happiness than it is to forget terror. Terror dulls your decision-making skills, and Claire is already dull as it is, which I guess is why I'm able to handle her so easily. But I don't have that much money! We really should get more people to help. Don't say a word to anyone. I shoot a piercing gaze through Clara's big, bewildered eyes. But I've never even seen that much money! Oh. Clara? No, it's nothing! That money's off limits! I hug Clara tight as she murmurs these words, just like Pacifica once did. I then whisper in her ear. Say, Clara. We're friends, aren't we? We've forgiven each other. We're almost the same age. We're true friends forever, aren't we? I randomly say whatever words might make Clara happy, as if I'm trying to find a specific website on a search engine. We sure are! Claire's body trembles slightly. I don't know if it's what I said or if my breath simply tickled her ear. Either way, doesn't matter. Oops, I didn't mean to pause. Once this whole incident is over, let's plan out all the things we can do together. Clara starts squirming more and more in my embrace. Just think of all the things we can do. I can't wait for us to plan everything out together, of course. Just the two of us, in my room. A sleepover. We'll be together until morning. And even so, I neither strengthen nor loosen my grasp on her, as if the embrace were completely natural. Oh, I wonder what you'll sound like as you snooze in my arms. Clara twitches, squirms, and then stops resisting. The priest has money saved up for everyone in case of an emergency. That is sure to be enough, and Go on. I'm in charge of looking at all that money every once in a while. If I don't, it'll disappear like all the other stuff here, so... Clara? The next time I have to look at the money, I can bring it out. Thank you. I feel bad for the priest, but this is surely a good use of the money, right? God will surely forgive me, right? I'm sure he will. I'll pray that he forgives you too. Okay! Okay. See you later then. Let's regroup at my place when we got the money. Okay! I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna go home and sleep. Good night. Good night! That conversation was 99% lies. But the last part was true. I really am tired. Not out of guilt or anything. I'm just tired from all this concentrating. Slide sweep. Once I managed to get back home, I toss myself onto bed and go to sleep with my coat still on. I feel sleepier than the night I got back from that movie theater on the hill. Sleepier than the night that I finally got a potential job offer from a company and informed the university. Sleepier than the morning after I dragged 2 friends' corpses through the snow back to town. Sleepier than the morning after I committed a massacre in the church. Wait, did I do all those things? No, that wasn't me. Must have been things I heard from someone else that I've mistaken for my own memories. Right, that's gotta be it. Anyway, I think I'm far sleepier now than when I was at any of those various events. When the doorbell rings, the 3 of us packed into my room get excited. Pacifica, the pizza's here. It took them longer than 15 minutes, so they gotta give it to us for free. Yeah. So, Sayoko. On it. The 2 of them hide behind the bed where they can't be seen from the door. I shoot them a glance and open the door. Here it is! They were standing there with a glimmer in her eyes. They're glimmering a little too much, actually. It's not like her. I guess her body must be all riled up from the naughtiness of betraying her people. I'm pretty sure adrenaline or whatever would do that to you. There's a big travel bag by Clara's feet. Really? Wow. Let's see it so I can count. With difficulty, Clara picks up the heavy bag and hands it to me. So, have we come to understand each other? Are we friends now? I suppose you could say that, but you must be tired. So go home and get a good day's sleep. This is your home, right? I don't have any plans today, so, Clara's eyes moisten slightly as if she's expecting something. Several somethings, even. Sorry, but I can't live up to those expectations. Oh, I see. Should we go hand over the money together? Clara looks at me with upturned eyes as she tries to read my facial expression. The elderly man, the elderly woman, Mr. Bertel, and just about every other town's ghost is a little bit lonely. Even with her social position in her community, Clara's no exception. That said, I guess it'd be kind of ironic for a ghost to live a fulfilling life with lots of friends. Oh, I think that's a good idea, but, well, we ninjas work alone, you know? Maybe next time. Good night. Well, whatever. There's no point pitying someone you barely know, right? For just a moment, I think about what'll happen to her standing now. She just handed over her company's... For just a moment, I think about what'll happen to her standing now that she's handed over her community's money to the enemy. She might lose her position as everybody's beloved nun in training. Oh, well. I think about it for just a moment. And then I shut the door. I hear cheering from behind me. That's some real rock and roll stuff right there. You totally broke your spirit. I give you 10,000 out of 100 points. That's 1,000 times more than the maximum score, Teach. It's 100 times more, you absolute poop head. Was that... okay? That was an absolute garbage move, I'd say. But it's Clara we're talking about, so... Exactly. Sorry? Not sorry. Yup. I needed to muster up a lot of courage to open up to Pacifica and Anya about this whole thing, but they accept my decision without judging me. After strengthening our bond over our shared malice towards Clara, we're in a completely celebratory mood. It's a total victory for the type of woman who loves seeing cute girls loved by everyone falls flat on their faces. Thanks, you two. Don't mention it. All we did was watch. It's probably been about a month. Calendars don't exist in this town. I don't know if it's because of that, but the very concept of time is ambiguous to this town. You'll pretty much decide things with relative terms like today, tomorrow, tomorrow's tomorrow, and tomorrow's tomorrow, and so forth, I guess. But it seems that even in a town like this, the concept of past and future vaguely exist. However vague time may be, it definitely took time for Clara to gather the money, and for the three of us to get together again like this. And using that time to walk around inanimate pet clays isn't a good way to spend it. I'm sure that girl would be much happier to live her time freely. Alrighty then, time to go slam that cash in the old hag's face. I've got to get back to work though. You better. I'm still waiting on those goods. I know, just give me a bit more time. Pacifica and Anya part ways at the entrance to the apartment complex. I'm the ninja justice who will save you, Yoru. On the way to Yoru's workplace, I murmur conceited one-liners to myself. I'm just that elated right now. So elated I forgot to pay attention to my surroundings. Hey! Are ninjas normally for justice? Or evil? Whoa! Whoa. I'm so distracted I forget to even consider the fact that the town's small enough that Yoru might be nearby on one of her pet clay walks and hear me murmuring to myself. Cheapers! People don't say cheapers when they're surprised these days, you know. Well, I've just got a lot on my mind considering I heard concerning news that my former roommate bamboozled a girl into embezzling an organization's funds. Oof. She's joking. Yoru giggles before collecting herself enough to continue. But thanks. I'm happy you went to such lengths for me. She smiles at me. That alone is enough to make me feel like it was worth the effort. Should we go pay the money now? Well, you see, that money's not enough anymore. It turns out I'm kind of a klutz, see? I broke some dishes, wasted some seasonings, and killed Biscuit. Remind me who Biscuit is again? One of the poops! Miss Margaret demanded compensatory? Miss Margaret demanded compensatory damages, I think? And so that's much more money added to my debt. No way. What a scumbag employer. No, it's far beyond that. She's just abusing and exploiting her. I blow my lid at employers who require punching out during breaks, but this is on a completely different level. The only thing you can do at a workplace like that is get as far away from it as possible. Yoru doesn't belong in that house. I'm reminded of that fact. It might seem like she has no other place to stay besides that house. That's not the entire truth. I understand. In that case, allow me to ask a hypothetical question. Huh? What would you think if someone wanted to live with you? I'd be happy, but I can't leave the place where I'm at right now. Why not? Without thinking, I grab Yoru by the collar and bark in her face. There's no possible way you can be happy somewhere you're neglected, exploited, and abused. That lady's been truly alone this whole time. She's so sad. Sure. She's incontinent. She stinks and she makes no sense. But I think I can understand why she turned out that way. You think you can fix that person? No, I don't think I can fix her. But even if I can't heal her, maybe I can alleviate her pain? In that sense, I think it's entirely meaningless for me to be there. Or I don't think so. That doesn't solve anything. Now instead of having one unhappy person, we've got two. There are tons of unhappy people. What difference does one more make? That's not the point. I don't think it's a bad idea to confront sadness rather than pretend that everything's okay. That's why I think this town is a good place. Is that why you came to this town, Yoru? Is that your goal? I don't have a goal. Just like you, Sayoko. But I do. You have a goal? Yeah. And that goal is to live with you back in that room. We're ghosts. Hollow specters. We're so empty. We often lose sight of the very fact that we are ghosts. To live with you and grumble about my cramped bed, and to meet up with friends every now and then, to joke around like idiots. And if I'm hollow, then I'm free to fill the void with whatever the hell I want. But you just... I can even fill the void with downright lies if I see fit. I gently place my finger on Yodo's forehead. That's right. I just made up that goal on the spot. I also made up your name on the spot. So it's a little sweet to... So it's a little late to sweat the small stuff like that, you know? Yodo smiles awkwardly and giggles, as if she can't find a reason to argue with me there. Looks like you finally admit it now, huh? Yodo copies me and places her index finger on my forehead as well. If I tell you to get down, okay? I think they're in love. Yo, long time no see. Actually, I guess it hasn't been that long, huh? I feel so old. My sense of time has been so vague lately. That was a close one the other day, huh? You okay? I need guns. Huh? Lots of guns. I say that just as I slam the blood and mud-stained paper bills that I stole from the usual men onto the counter. Why do I get the feeling you're using blood money to spill more blood? Do you hate that sort of thing? Lo lets out a big sigh. But it doesn't feel like a sigh of disgust at all. I love it. I'll take all your bullets, too. Whoa. They're gonna need to restock. I carry all the guns my money could buy as I run towards old Lady Margaret's house. My feet feel so light. I think to myself as I run. Something like this has happened once before long ago. Or was it more recently? In the end, I guess I've got no way to free her without resorting to violence. Some people force their will upon reality against the desires of others using power, pain, and despair. If I came across someone like that, I'd probably despise them. I'd hate their guts. But I feel like I've been enduring something like that this whole time. And I hate it. I guess I'm worthless after all. Yodo herself chose to stay in a place like that, so shouldn't that be good enough for me? I noticed that I stopped running. How long have I been standing still? I spent several seconds cursing myself for not even knowing what exactly it is I want to do. I know full well that what I'm doing isn't right. I mutter those words before dashing off once again. And that's why I have to do it. I don't slow down. In fact, I speed up. But my feet feel incredibly heavy. Thick curtains are drawn on the other side of the window. They probably serve to protect the inside from the cold, but they also prevent me from seeing what's going on inside. But regardless, this is the optimal point of entry for a home invasion. That's the conclusion I've come to after scoping the house out for a while. This is probably the living room window. If Yodo's right, then this is where Margaret watches TV all day. I shout and shoot the glass window. Okay, I gotta finish things up in a second or less. Chiramoya! I break through the cracked glass and jump inside. The air is humid and contaminated by the stench of human waste and clay. As soon as the foul odor hits my nose, I'm already yelling my next line. Get down! When I pull the trigger, all I experience is a loud sound and the force of recoil. Huh? What? But when anyone on the opposite side of the barrel experiences is a horrible sonic sweep of fully automatic gunfire. Kiwi! Oh, come on! When I see Yodo fall down with holes blown in her guts, the first thing I feel is rage. Frustration that things didn't go as we had planned in advance. As if one boy simply didn't sing at the choir competition. Though, I guess I didn't sing either. Why should I even sing out loud in front of other people? What's even the point of choir competitions? I don't get it. To vent my frustration, I kick over a table, sending a lump of clay into the air. When it smacks Yodo in the face, she goes "bwet" and stops moving completely. She sounds so goofy. It makes me laugh a little. And if only Yodo was still around to hear herself, I'm sure she'd be laughing with me. Things go silent for a while. And then my whole senses are barely able to pick up the sound of running water. A flushing toilet, actually. Yeah, what did you break this time? You thought I wouldn't notice, didn't you? Don't take me for a fool! The door to what seems to be a stairwell opens up and out comes Margaret. Yo! I fire at her. The elderly woman screams and pitifully falls flat on her face. I don't even want to think about where the bullets landed or if they pierced all the way through. Run! Run away! Don't just space out! She's actually showing concern for Yodo, urging her to run. I guess she can't see Yodo's corpse from where she's fallen. You treated her so roughly and now you care? You don't understand! I was raising her with love! She's either lying to me, or she's lying to herself like the senile elderly woman she is. Either way, I ignore her. Everyone has their own definition of love, which is why conflicts and misfortune happen. That's what I think, anyway. She was a kind, gentle, good girl. Always by my side. The first kid I ever wanted to succeed me. I'm sure she could inherit what my generation accomplished. By sharing my hardships, she became just like me. After saying that, the elderly woman bends backward as far as she can to lift her upper body and lets an anguished groan. As if she's trying to get her voice heard by someone. But she can't bend backwards for long. I guess the pain of being shot is far too much for her to bear. How dare you speak of love, when you've never even considered how she feels? I look down upon the woman both literally and figuratively as she groans in pain. I guess I'm getting emotional because of the extraneous thought that if anyone else were to see my attempt at rescuing Yoru, they'd have a hard time understanding where I'm coming from. Do you think that girl had any choice but to accept my love? The elderly woman creeps on the floor as she speaks. That girl only has me, and I only have that girl. The meaning of those words catches me off guard a bit. And probably not in a good way. The elderly woman pulls out a gun out of her pocket. A shock runs through my body. And as I fall backwards, I half-consciously pull the trigger on my rifle. Every sound seems delayed as it reaches my ears, though perhaps my senses are just oddly sensitive. Around the same time as my shoulders hit the carpet, the elderly woman lets out a groan. I guess I actually hit her with that shot in the dark. I feel something soft underneath my head. At first I think it's poop. Or maybe it's just clay. Or maybe it really is poop. Gross. There are several things I want to make sure of right now, but it doesn't look like I can. And that's because I'm quickly losing consciousness. I'm close to death, even. The elderly woman's got some skills, huh? I guess every woman in this town is tough. Every last one of you takes me for a fool. But you know what? I've got a mind of my own. I take proper care of my pets. I even pay my taxes. I hear her shrill voice ranting and wheezing. I bet before long she's gonna die of blood loss herself. But my death's gonna be overwhelmingly quicker than hers. The voice from above must be heard. You think you can be a big shot who can defy the missile's voice from above? Don't take me for a fool. You're the fool, you damn criminal. If I experience every sort of death I can imagine, would that allow me to escape from this place? That strange thought comes to mind, and as soon as I think, yeah, no thanks, my consciousness fades away. You see, I have been vaguely awake for a little while, but my consciousness only starts to clearly form when I hear voices talking from far away. Voices. I know these voices. I realize that the voices belong to the scavengers, and that realization senses... God. Oh, we probably got like 20 minutes left. Dude, my throat. Fuck. I think it's also because, like, I'm not a mouth breather. I breathe through my nose. I realize that the voices belong to the scavengers, and that realization serves as a spark, or an electromotive force, or something that sets my thoughts into motion. Oh, you're awake! When I get up reflexively, but slowly, Yoda's there. If I tell you to get down, okay? That's the way you ended up getting hit. I grumble a complaint. Oh, that's what you meant by get down! What else could I have meant? Oh, well, oh. Sorry, I don't know what that noise was. I don't know that caught in the mic. Yodo suddenly peers into my eyes as if she had just realized something important. What is it? I guess I'm not a good listener, huh? I let out a dry laugh. But not in a bad way or anything. I see. Well, the first step to solving a problem is to acknowledge that there is a problem. Oh, you sound just like a counselor, Sayoko. Thanks to Yodo, I'm able to let out a proper laugh this time. She laughs too. Honestly, I think we're acting a little lighthearted for people whose hearts just stopped. The scavengers wave and call out to us when they notice our voices. They seem a little spooked at first, but Yodo soothingly tells them we were just on a walk. She's an amazing talker, just a terrible listener. I interrupt before any idle chatter can start again. Can you give us a ride back home when you're finished with work? Sayoko! Yodo tries to interrupt, but I keep going. And by home, I mean our home? Yoda looks at me like she can't believe what I just said. A look of surprise mixed with joy. I feel a sense of desire. A desire for what exactly? Marital wealth? Food? Attention? Maybe something else? I do feel a little proud of myself too, of course. Yeah, I don't mind, but... The leader seems a little hesitant to continue. I really ought to learn their names already. You'll help us finish that work, right? Of course! Yes, of course we'll help. The other two cheer behind their leader, and I feel like cheering with them, but it's a little embarrassing, so I cheer silently. With work safely squared away, we sit in the back of the truck as it sways to and fro. I feel pleasantly tired, so I start to doze off. Say, Sayoko? Do you think Anya still has that lemonade stand? Since she interrupted my nap, I answer a little rudely. I guess. Let's use that to start a business! Selling lemonade? Of course not, silly! Perhaps that's your imaginary little sister! Thrusting her finger at a patient is Yoda wearing a white coat. Okay, next! There's a long line. Please pay here. I beckon the patient. Thank you, I feel so refreshed. He drops some coins into the palm of my hand. It's about enough to buy 2 cups of coffee at Mr. Patel's cafe. By the time I put the money in the register, the next patient exams have already begun. Whenever I wake up, I hear a man crying inside a car parked outside. Every single day. It's driving me mad. Perhaps that's just an imaginary man. I see. Okay, next! Please pay here. The payment is a flat sum. It's not expensive or anything, but considering the length of the line and the speedy service, it clearly adds up quickly. And it didn't even cost anything to start up. Despite the dirt cheap prices, not a single patient has doubted the authenticity of the medical exam. I suppose not many are brave enough to raise a complaint in the presence of the ninja who single-handedly subjugated the whole church. Oh, how are things going, Miss Bodyguard? Pacifica. Who knew there would be a demand for such a service? It seems even I've been blindsided by your entrepreneurship. Well done. It was Yodo's idea. There's no point selling something as low demand as lemonade. You have to sell something more essential. That was Yodo's basic idea. The town ghosts are all alone. It's like they got nobody to turn to for counseling. So you think you can make money off of that? Will anyone pay? I do, and they will! That's the feeling I got as I interacted with that old lady. I summarized that conversation to Pacifica. But Sayoko, will listening to everyone's concerns make for a stressful job for her? Nope, there's no need to worry about that. Oh, that's a cut and dry answer. I guess I can appreciate her tenacity at least. No, it's not that she's tenacious or anything. I smile somewhat meanly. It's that she doesn't listen to others in the first place. Okay, chapter 3. Do you think Sayoko and Yoru like kiss at the end? I am a fan of enemies to lovers, but I do love friends to lovers too. That kid and I talk about various things as we pedal our bikes. We have to shout in order to hear ourselves over the clamorous cars and the screeching cicadas. She talks about minor scandals between classmates, popular celebrities, clothes she wants, and other things like that. Topics that don't really feel relevant to me. It's like we live in two different worlds, huh? She's popular, even with the boys. During break time, she talks so loudly with friends, it's almost like it's a competition or something. Well, there's a jet in the sky. Uh-oh. While nobody ever steps up to anyone in her group, her voice in particular is especially influential. It's almost like any kid who opposes her gets immediately crushed by her followers. At school, she's like a mafia boss straight out of a movie. I don't like her. And it's not just because of how cute she looks. And yet she invited me to go to the movies with her. But she's the same kid I've been with ever since kindergarten. The same kid who was so happy we were put into the same class when we moved up to elementary school. We used to get along since we were so alike. But before I knew it, our speech patterns and our social standings in class completely diverged. One day when we were on cleaning duty together, we just so happened to get thirsty at the same time and went back to the classroom for bottled water. That's when she invited me to go to the movies with her. Just you and me, I asked. Yes, she nodded. And that's why I'm riding my bike right now. I somehow managed to keep up with her in my cute new sundress and sandals. I'm not as refined as that kid, but I'm passable, I'd say. I know it sounds like I'm not enjoying myself at all, but I really am. It's too hot outside. My favorite season is winter, which is on the exact opposite side of the calendar. But right now I feel like there are good things to be enjoyed even in the middle of summer. The signal turns red at the last second, so I slam on the brakes. This is probably the last time the two of us can hang out. I'm sad, but I suppose it's only natural since we've grown to be too different from each other. A big truck passes in front of us, spreading its smelly exhaust fumes. Normally I grimace at the smell, but today I'll just deal with it. I don't want to bother her, so I won't draw this in my picture diary. I'll keep this a secret until the day I die. No, even longer than that. I wonder if that kid thinks that this will be our last time together too. Maybe that's why I feel like I have to enjoy myself. You see, as I stare at the signal waiting for it to turn green, she speaks up somewhat quietly. Yes? My voice is quiet to begin with, so I don't know if she heard. It looks like I'm going to the movies with Hasegawa next week. That's amazing. It's not really that amazing. She blushes. Hasegawa. He's an athlete, and sort of a leader among the boys. I think he's the right fit for going to the movies with her. So is today like a practice run for that, date? She opens her big eyes even wider. She probably wasn't expecting me to say that. She then lets out a spontaneous giggle. Maybe I said something I shouldn't have? If I said that in the classroom, my school life would be in jeopardy starting the next day. But she smiles as if to tell me there's no need to worry about anything like that right now. Don't know. I see. The signal turns green. I start pedaling. I hope it goes well for you. I give her some lazy words of encouragement. You really think so? Not really. You know, you've always had a habit of saying things you don't really mean. This is probably the last time we'll hang out together. Nothing will change that fact, but I already think, so what? Ooh, who do we think's talking? I think it's gonna be Clara. I'll just do neutral. Oh, hello, Father. I can't remember the last time you were the one who called me. How can I help you? We need to talk business. Oh wait, no, I gave him like a really low voice, didn't I? We need to talk business. What? Do you have a complaint about my business this late in the game? No. I want you to deal with that ninja. Now? I thought you would have given up by now. That's none of your business. Well, I suppose your men are useless after all. Indeed. That's why I need your help. Yes, indeed. Well, yes. It would indeed be child's play for me, that is. I have just about everything I need ready. Since I've allowed you to do whatever you pleased up until now, I assume you'd agree to my request without a moment of hesitation. Very well, but in return... I know. I know. Ghostpia. Oh, a new girl. Oh. Wait, she is laying on her tummy. Oh my glob, that is cute. Wow. Okay. Well, that was chapter 3 of Ghostpia. It kind of felt like filler, but we got a bit more exposition. I don't know like how much of this is real. I think Syoko is just like trapped in their subconscious. That's what I think this whole allegory is. Like, they've done wrong. Something happened in her past, and she can't let go of it. And she's just acting out. And if it is her spirit, then her spirit is still stuck in there. Stuck in the past. I think it's really sweet how we got to see Syoko, like, want to... I think it was really sweet how we got to see Syoko realize that she wanted to be cared for and wanted to be loved. Because I think when you don't get it all the time, you don't know how to respond. And I think I kind of resonate with that. I don't like how Syoko is still, like, extremely violent. That is not good. Like, if someone is acting in that way, you can't... Okay, it's not that you can't use it to justify the behavior, but you can't... They don't necessarily deserve forgiveness all the time. But I'm excited to see what will happen in Chapter 4! But thank you for watching. That was Chapter 3 of Ghostpia, the day we found a workplace to work at. Which, I guess they did in the end. Yeah, they did. I think there's nothing wrong with busking, you know? But thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. You can also watch these videos early on Twitch, twitch.tv/peace_17. Go follow right now. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Okay, I'm gonna change the settings too. The sound effects were so loud. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna eat lunch. My throat is dead. I guess 2 to 2.5 hours is the estimated runtime. But yeah, if you guys want something else to watch, check out the YouTube channels. And if you want to help support me directly, subscribe to the Art Club. You get a monthly Lana Block print. Look at that. I hate how dark. I love this one. I like this frame. It really brightens it. This one's way too dark. Okay, but I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's also because this is standard, like, pure white copy paper. This is Bristol. Because the print is this big. So I had to put it in, like, a 3-inch. Anyway. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Dum, dum, dum. Should I title the video "Getting a Job in This Economy"? Yawn. Getting a job, dot, dot, in this economy? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay.